Trebon, they got the game. Customer success is their claim to fame. On the podcast, they light the spark, elevating your skills, creating a mark. Let's dive deeper into the playbook.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Customer Success Playbook Podcast. I'm Roman Trebon, and with me always, co-host Kevin Metzger. If you're listening, do us a huge favor and give our show a rating, subscribe, and like so we can continue to grow our audience. Kevin, I'm doing that intro and I realize I'm saying if you're listening. I guess if you're on the podcast, you probably are listening. So definitely give us a like and subscribe. Kevin, we're in August, first day of school here in Cobb County. Can you believe how quick the summer went?
Man, it's unbelievable how fast the summer goes, and it seems so short. Every year it gets shorter. But yeah, I've got a senior and a freshman. Yeah. My oldest goes back to college next week. So
yeah, well, I'm not that old, Kev. I don't have a college student yet, so I still feel young. So, all right, well, enough about school. We have an amazing show today, Kev. You want to give us the intro on what's going on?
Yeah. So today we have the pleasure of speaking with Kevin Maufer, Principal Consultant and Fractional Leader at CX Services. With over 25 years of experience in various customer-facing roles, Kevin is a customer success leader dedicated to helping companies build and grow their customer success teams and practices. His mission is to deliver quality experiences and outcomes for customers, drive adoption, retention, and revenue growth, and increase valuation across a variety of industries. In this episode of the Customer Success Playbook, we explore the topic of aligning on the ideal customer profile. Kevin will share his insights on the importance of defining and aligning on an ideal customer profile, offering practical strategies for ensuring that your customer success efforts are targeted and effective. Welcome to the show, Kevin. We're excited to have you here.
Yeah, great. Thanks for having me, guys. We have been talking a while now, and we all have children, and they're all returning to school. I've got one that's married and living in Birmingham, so those days are done. We have a rising junior that's moving back to school in a couple of weeks. So yeah, I'm awesome with you guys. The school they used to go to started yesterday, the 31st. Since I've been living in Georgia for over 20 years now, that's the first time I've seen first day of school in July.
Yeah, I think last year or 2 years ago, Cobb County, it started in July too.
Yeah.
But
I would love, I'm excited to talk about the ideal customer profile for our audience. Like, how would you define an ideal customer profile, and why is this so critical for customers, organizations in general, but customer success teams?
Yeah, I think, at the core of it, ideal customer profile, ICP, is, those types of customers that you're wanting to bring in to your business, you want to sell to, and ultimately land as customers to ultimately drive growth and expansion and sustainability. And, you want to find the right kind of customer. And on the flip side, they're a customer that will absolutely benefit from your products and services. I mean, that at the core, that's a simplified concept of it. There's a lot of unpacking to do about what that looks like, but on the surface, that's where it is at the core.
very cool. So what are some of the key factors to consider when you start developing the ideal customer profile and trying to understand what the ideal customer profile?
I mean, you do the research and you look at, what is ideal customer profile. And a lot of times it's about company size, annual revenue, number of employees, number of locations. And then how does that fit into your business? Are you strictly an SMB focused business, or an enterprise business, or a little bit of each? And then you can start segmenting out what's enterprise, what's mid-market, what's SMB, what is the good fit for your business to grow exponentially, bringing those types of customers in. Are they in specific industries? Do they have a particular focus in their business? Do they have an ICP? What customer base are they targeting? What markets are they targeting? As you get more granular in the process, you can even look at where their goals and objectives, their annual targets. And as a company, what are they looking at culturally? Now, that's getting down into the granular details, but the basic concept of how does our product fit and deliver for this particular customer? Is this the perfect fit? Is this the profile we want to target? And then we define that and set the wheels in motion.
Yeah, I like that. So, Kevin, for our audience who may not have an ideal customer profile or maybe early in developing it, what happens when a company doesn't have this ideal customer profile? What are the downfalls if you've not done this legwork to define this?
Man, you went right for the negative, man. First of all, there's misalignment from pre-sales. If you have a business development team or SDRs, giving them a target or an ICP really helps frame up their approach. However, if it's just go get leads, then it's how do you define that? How do you kind of bring that through? And then how do you pick and choose which are the good opportunities and not? So there's misaligned priorities from sales to between sales and marketing and customer success all the way down the line. Different teams may pursue conflicting objectives. Literally, you could be looking at, we're going to go all in on mid-market healthcare services. And you just, nope, we're focused on enterprise automotive. Hold on. So it's kind of, that can happen if you don't have a definition, if you don't have an ideal customer profile laid out. There could be unfortunately, it creates when the deal is done, an inconsistent customer experience. Every customer is going to be treated uniquely different because they are uniquely different from each other. So there's no consistency in there on that model as they're coming across. And so you can't build a playbook if you, for example, if you have your enterprise profile, you have a mid-market profile, and you have an SMB profile. Let's just say you have that. You can at least have a playbook for each one. If you don't have one defined at all, then every customer gets a playbook, and it's just, you don't have a consistent experience overall, which then can lead to challenges post-implementation, go live and all that. And then again, that inconsistency in experience just leads to challenges down the road when they go live. The services and support that's being provided is inconsistent, ultimately leading to something's missed. And there's, at the end of the day, there could be a churn event coming very quickly.
Kevin, you're talking about the ICP and how it plays in the business, and it plays across the business, right? So you're talking about sales, you're talking about marketing, you're talking about customer success. Who should be involved when you start building the ICP?
Love that question. That's my favorite question. So inevitably, well, it's like historically, okay. And this really didn't become a thing for me until after I saw it work, like a full collaborative effort on ICP. Sales and marketing work together, build an ICP. Kudos to the company for actually saying, let's do this, right? And so then it's like, great, we got marching orders. And then it's like, oh, okay, it's done. Here you go, customer success and support and PS and product. Here you go deliver, go support. Then we need to build a process. Is there a pivot required here? We can't keep doing this post sales the way we have been, because you've changed the profile of the customers that are coming in the door. They have to get a completely different, or not completely different, but at least a slightly different experience. But when you have product and customer success included in that process with sales and marketing, then you've got a whole different ballgame. It takes a little longer. It takes a little bit more hammering away, because sales and marketing, the funny thing is that they both have uniquely different ideas of what it is, but they get to where they need to get to. And sales at the end of the day is just like, just tell me what you want me to say. Just tell me. But when you get customer success involved, there all of a sudden and especially if you get them involved from the very beginning, you don't have as many pushback questioning of where did you get this? Where is this coming from? How do we define this? How do we justify this? There's more questions of collaboration and how, okay, that makes sense, but what about when they, what are the expectations that are being set, since we're out, we've changed the profile slightly to go deeper into these types of enterprise accounts. And, it's like, what is the expectation? Are we selling a service plan on top, in it? Are we baking that into the price and the cost? Because it's going to take us X amount of hours to do, for professional service to implement, or for support to be on 24/7, 7 days a week, because that model looks different than it is today, when you're 24/5 and that sort of thing. So, or, hey, this customer wants, US based support. Okay. Where did that come from? Is that something? Then we have a complete reorg of sorts going on. And how do we, chase the sun, so to speak, around the world? And just, those different types of post sales what ifs and need to be included in the development of that particular customer profile, because at the end of the day, they got to support it. They have to implement it. They have to grow it and expand it.
I love that. Kevin, I love the idea of this ICP. As from your experience, I would imagine there may be some pushback on having an ICP, right? Some challenges in maybe developing it. I already have some sales people from my past, and I would say, wait a second, I can't go after this, the customers I was going after before. You're going to limit me to an ICP. I mean, talk about some of the challenges, some of the growing pains as companies may have as they start to develop this and then roll it out.
Yeah. First of all, two things. This can't be developed in a vacuum. I mean, it's got to be a collaborative effort. So gaining and that buy-in, and each leader, each participant from the four, I say, the diamond collaboration, right, is the CS, sales, marketing, and product. They are tasked with getting full buy-in from their organization, from their key leaders, their key performers. And it becomes a kind of the intra-department collaboration as well. I've seen that work real well, because this is what we're putting together. This is what we have so far. Let's hammer away at it, and let's come back with the sales feedback and the CS feedback, and let's work together, because ultimately marketing is putting it together, making it pretty, and just rolling it out, and being able to, and sometimes share that out in a collaborative way in different conferences and speech engagements and all these kinds of fun things, when it comes to what are you doing in the industry, kind of, this is our focus and this is what our ICP looks like. So gaining that buy-in is a constant battle, and it's not, it's not done in a vacuum, and it doesn't happen overnight. Yeah. I mean, this is something that there is a sense of urgency around it, but you got to be realistic around what is it going to take to pull this together. And if it's, hey, all hands on deck, we're focused on this quarter, we're going to get it done so that we kick off the second half with our new ICP, and knowing that we're going to have to leave some prospects, by the wayside because they don't fit going into the back half of the year, for example. So been there in those situations as well.
Yeah, and probably some current customers too, Kevin, right? You probably have customers you already have that don't, after you come up with an ideal customer profile, don't fit it, right?
And then you have those aha moments like, oh, maybe this is something that we just simply can't deliver. We're spinning our wheels trying to create new things for this one customer and customize that no other enterprise customer wants or needs. Maybe we just need to cut them loose. So you have those moments too, but when you have that definition, there's a lot to be said about the foundation of your business just got stronger, moving forward.
Yeah. So Kevin, I mean, I'm going to ask you a question that I think maybe I know the answer to, but the results of using ICP, right? After you use it, what are you going to see as improvements in your business? Are you going to see churn go down as a result of it? Or maybe initially does it go up while you get to really having that ICP come in, but then you see a longer term trail where churn's gone down because you're now serving a customer that you're able to.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, there's going to be some moments, like I mentioned before, where we're going to have to break up because it's just this is not how we're moving forward as a company. And so those are tough situations, but net revenue growth tends to go up because you've got the momentum and you're in the groove from the beginning with that ICP, and they come on board, and you've got the dedicated onboarding and implementation and support experience with, in addition to customer success, that leads into more growth. And that's ultimately where you want to be in your ICP. Is this a growing opportunity? Is this something that if we just land, we just need to maintain? Are we okay with that? But if we're better off with growth opportunity, let's really hone in on where those growth opportunities are. And then also, I mean, you're just talking about the overall customer experience, because what I tend to stand on and really shout from the rooftop, so to speak, is that, customer success and sales may own the customer, but everybody owns the customer experience. So there's a touch point, there's an event, or there's a group that always, they may not engage directly with the customer, but they are having an impact on the customer experience. And so ICP helps define what that and streamline what that journey looks like, and then ultimately has a better outcome for the customer experience, regardless of what milestone they're hitting throughout the journey.
I like it because it's like this guiding North Star, right? Where everyone's aligned on the type of customer going after, the type of customer you support, the why behind it. And it seems good. Like I can already, like, all the operational complexity. I'll go back to, I think you said the example, like a small business healthcare versus like an enterprise automotive. Totally different, right? And again, having similar journeys is great, but also trying to support them is tough. And then I would think the ability to build up expertise, right? An ideal customer profile, and you're getting the same type of customers over and over. Your expertise within the team must grow exponentially, right? Because you're continuously talking to those same clients, understanding their business pains, and as you attract more of those same clients, I would think that's manifesting itself in those interactions.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And I love your point of the why and the North Star. So, in the grand scheme of things, the way I'm looking at this now is those are two key aspects that should be added to the development of an ICP. They need to be included in that. It's why would we want this kind of customer? What does it mean to the business? What does it mean to them? Because it's a mutual agreement, and, are they beneficial to our business? Are we beneficial to theirs? So, getting to that why, but the ICP helps you set that North Star. And there's any number of key metrics or targets that can come out of that experience, from pre-sales all the way through renewal. And that can have an impact on the North Star for sure.
And Kevin, along those lines, when you're defining the ICP, you mentioned the customer journey as well. Do you define the ICP prior to defining the customer journey and use that to help define what the customer journey looks like, or can it be the opposite? Does it work either way?
Yeah, I've seen it done both ways, because inevitably what you need to do from an operational standpoint, you really need to get to the bottom of what the customer journey is today. And then while you're working through that, it's, where do we want it to be? How do we want it to look? What should it be like? That could be the approach for the customer journey. But if you have ICP already built and determined and defined and agreed upon, that can change the customer journey. That actually enhances the customer journey. So, should one come before the other? Part of me wants to say, start with the ICP and build out the journey. But another part of me is thinking, well, sometimes you just need to define what the journey is today. depending on when you come in to a company and figuring out, okay, what the heck is going on today? And then you come up with, well, it depends if we get this kind of customer or they're doing this thing or, okay, we need an ICP. So there's any number.
They play on each other a little bit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Kevin, question, if there's a CS leader out there listening to the show and they say, I don't have a customer profile, I don't have an ideal customer profile, this pain that they're talking about, I'm experiencing, right? What advice would you give them to help make the case for change internally, right? Because you're going to have to get, like you said, your diamond group, you have your product, sales and marketing. And what advice would you give them as they say, hey, this is something we should do, but now I need to get other groups involved as well to kind of, get behind this idea of an ideal customer profile.
Got it. Your best friend is probably your marketing leader right off the bat. I mean, I have yet to come across a marketing leader that says, nah, that's not a good idea. I'm too busy. I really believe that this is their opportunity to leave their mark in a lot of cases. And that sales leader will be right behind them, because they're always looking for ways to enhance net new, enhance the pre-sales experience, be able to actually, in partnership with customer success, hint, grow the revenue, grow the customer base that they already have. And how does that look? And how does that work? You get the ICP in there and of course we're working together. We've been working together since the handoff and, we're handling these folks all the way through. But I think, right off the bat, if a customer success leader walks in the door and looks around and asks, which it's an ICP, what's your ICP? And people, I see what? Then it's kind of like, then it's okay, who's the market? Let me go talk to them and see if we can have a conversation. And generally starting there then it's kind of like, hey, I'm with you. Let's go. We just get sales product in here and let's start building this out.
Yeah, I like that.
It's all about buy-in. I mean, at the end of the day, it's kind of like the idea is where do you want to invest your time and money and resources? And is this going to have a long-term impact? Will it cause some pain initially? Probably, but it's a good pain that needed to happen anyway. And so it's just a matter of, now you've got something to stand on and you can continue to move the company forward. And it's the ICP isn't necessarily etched in stone either. I mean, this is something that sometimes you got to start somewhere and you agree and you move on. And then you get a couple quarters in, you're going, you know what? We're starting to evolve. We have some new product aspects and functionality that we really want to put, let's go back to the ICP, no, don't just keep it there because, it's built, we're moving, it's something that can evolve with the company as it continues to help grow revenue.
How often do you think it makes sense to go back and look at it?
Oh gosh. I think initially when it's initially rolled out, I think definitely quarterly, maybe even bi-monthly, just to see how things are going from a sales, net new standpoint. What are the talking points? What's the messaging look like? Because that's at the end of the day, when you're first rolling, it's all about messaging and it's got to be consistent and it's got to be coming the same way, same delivery from every single person, not just in sales, but, customer success and marketing, because everybody's talking. It's the talk track and it's the internal tags that everybody's hanging on to. And then as you expand into, a quarter or two, then it's okay. Let's relook at it, make sure we're still aligned. Let's just not go, hey, something just doesn't feel right. Let's look at the ICP. I think it's just, you need to stay on it. There needs to be a focus, and that, can I say tiger team? Is that an old term? So you need to keep that team together, the ICP team. And they continue to, especially within the first year.
And I assume you could really put some KPIs around whether or not the ICP is performing the way you expect it to.
Yeah.
Across the organization, right? I mean, from marketing all the way through sales.
And it's just from SDRs all the way through, I mean, it's kind of like what is their lead conversion rates? Are they getting the right kind of leads into sales that can be converted and all that? Absolutely.
Yeah.
this will probably show my age, but this is where I think our show title, Kev, should be, are you down with ICP? You know me, right? Like, I love it, right? Like, so
thanks. That's going to be in the back of my head. I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight. Thanks.
There you go. Sorry about that. Kev, we want to start hitting Kevin with the hard hitting questions.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Are you ready for this? This is our rapid fire section. We're going to go back and forth here, and I'll start out. Are you an early bird or a night owl?
Early bird.
Bird. All right.
What's a favorite book that you've read recently?
Oh, I'm actually reading the classics. So, it's like I've been reading Emily Bronte. I actually read Moby Dick last year.
Nice.
I mean, do you know how thick that book is? If you actually have the book. So, but all the classics that we all hated reading in high school and college, I just been hammering through those. And then, but also, there's customer success type books that I'll read ever so often that they're kind of escaping me right now because I've been reading the classics a lot lately.
Place you'd like to travel that you've never been?
Oh, Greece.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
All right. Here's the hard hitting question. Better pickleball player, me or Kevin?
Me? Are you kidding me?
I know.
It's three of us?
You. I know. For our audience, Kevin joins us at our Atlanta pickleball games. It's been great to get him out there. So I'll try to put him on the spot.
And if you're listening in Atlanta, we've got the next one coming up on August 16th. Come join us.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
sweat your tail off.
Yeah. Kevin, where can our audience find more about you and find out what you have going on?
Yeah. So you can go out to my website, meetcxservices.com, and learn more about, what I do, who I am. Obviously I'm on LinkedIn as well. And yeah, I mean, I'm a customer success geek, love talking about it. And I wish I got paid to have conversations with people about customer success because, man, I'd be living large. But no, I love it. And it's the kind of stuff that gets you up in the morning and driving a quality experience and hanging out with these guys and others like us that are, we all have that same focus and mindset.
Well, we appreciate you joining us. And say, don't check that mailbox every day for the royalty checks from this show, but there's some monetary stuff down the line. So
I appreciate it.
Well, Kevin, this is an awesome topic. Again, if you want to learn more about the ideal customer profile, Kevin, check him out on LinkedIn. You can also find myself on LinkedIn at Roman Trebon. Find Kevin at Kevin Metzger. Check out our Customer Success Playbook page on LinkedIn. Please like, subscribe. You'll know when the latest show comes out. When we have a guest interview like we had with Kevin, you'll get a notification on your phone. Boom, tune in, listen. Let us know what other guests and topics you'd like us to talk about. As Kevin said, we love talking CS here, so we're always looking for great minds to learn from. So, as always, thanks for listening and
keep on playing.